In this video, I am going to give you an introductory overview to the discipline of program management. Let's start with understanding what a program is. A program is a temporary endeavor that delivers a strategic transformation by coordinating a group of related projects, smaller programs and other activities to deliver benefits to the sponsoring organization. A program is likely to span several years, and the activities within the program are likely to be related through one or more of a number of different things. These things include overlapping aims, goals, objectives, purpose. Perhaps there are some shared resources, whether they're people or material resources. There may be a need to coordinate scheduling to make sure that events happen in the right order and don't overlap. Or there could be other forms of dependencies or constraints that one activity imposes upon another. Uncertainty is deeply ingrained in the nature of a program. Because a program can span a large number of years, a lot of things can change, and you can't possibly foresee these things at the start of the program when you're planning and developing it. So there needs to be a built-in flexibility that allows us to respond to these changes and these uncertainties. Opportunities can arise and organizational priorities can shift. And so one of the big differences between a project and a program is that the uncertainties of a program tend to be bigger and more strategic in nature. As a result, program managers need to be able to shift activities in and out of the program envelope to accommodate these shifts in priorities. Likewise, existing projects and programs within the wider program may continue, but their objectives, their priorities and their methodologies may need to change and alter in some way to accommodate the new needs and requirements. In this way, program managers have made use of the concept of agility, although not the word itself, since long before anyone ever dreamed of the Agile Manifesto in 2001. Typical examples of programs include delivering on a strategic vision, transforming an organization to meet new market demands or new compliance or legislative requirements, or simply bringing together a cluster of related projects to gain the benefits of a coordinated response to or management of those projects. So, what is program management? Program management is the application of methods, processes and knowledge to deliver a program and its planned benefits across all its constituent activities. Next, let's talk about the importance of benefits and value. Long before we ever started talking about the importance of benefits and value in project management, they were a core part of program management and arguably the main driver for its development. Benefits are outcomes that stakeholders will perceive as improvements. Program benefits management is one of the 5 program performance domains of the PMI's standard for program management. And benefits realization management is one of the 7 governance themes of the UK government's Managing Successful Programs methodology. And these are just formal examples of the many approaches to program management that place benefits realization or value management at the core of that approach. And the starting place for this is the strategic nature of programs in bringing about an organization's corporate vision, corporate strategy, corporate objectives. So I would argue that benefits realization or value delivery are the only really meaningful measures of a program's success. If benefit is a tangible improvement, then what is value? Well, value is some measure of the surplus of benefit over cost. But how you measure value depends on where you come from and what's important to you. There are a number of different measures that are in use. The first is value as net benefit, the difference between total benefit and total cost. The second is value as a cost-benefit ratio. It is the total benefit divided by the total cost. My own preference is to think of value as a return on investment, which is calculated as the difference between total benefit and total cost divided by the total cost. And return on investment is a measure used by the financial community the world over, which makes it a particularly valuable measure to use. For more on this, take a look at my video, What is Value? And you might also want to look at my video, What is the Discounted Cash Flow Method? Because discounted cash flows are often used as a way of calculating the financial benefit of a project or program. To understand the linkage between programs and the projects within them and corporate strategy, do also take a look at my video on project portfolio management. The next thing to understand is, what do we have to do to manage a program? And this leads us to the program management disciplines. And again, every single methodology will have its own set of disciplines. I've chosen 5 primary disciplines to focus on and 5 secondary disciplines, but there are many other things that we have to do as program managers. My 5 core program management disciplines are strategic vision, and that's the vision for the program, program planning, program control, program organization and governance, and benefits management. But I would supplement these with a set of secondary disciplines that are largely borrowed from project management, the borrowed disciplines, if you like. My top 5 are stakeholder engagement, risk and issue management, business case development, resource and capability management, and quality management. But of course, as you'd expect, all of the disciplines, the knowledge areas, the performance domains of project management have their read across into program management. And once we've thought about the disciplines, we also need to think about the sequence of steps, the program lifecycle. And once again, everybody, every methodology, every organization has their own program lifecycle model. But fundamentally, they all look pretty much the same, with just different labels and different numbers of steps that incorporate different components. My simple program lifecycle model has 4 stages and looks rather like my project lifecycle model. My 4 steps are diagnostic, definition, delivery, and closure. So when we combine the 4 stages of the lifecycle and all of the disciplines we need to bring to bear, we can start to articulate an answer to how do we deliver a program. And remember, this is just a program management 101. It's not going to give you all the details, but it will give you an outline. It will allow you to orient yourself and understand what program management is all about. Before we even get to the diagnostic stage, we have to understand a load of stuff. And therefore, a lot of work will have to go on in the background at the organizational level, or at the very least at a portfolio level. The work you need includes things like crafting an organizational strategy, understanding the problems that need to be solved all the opportunities that are there to be seized. Forming an idea for the program, and then generating a mandate to pursue that idea. And to go along with that mandate, identifying business sponsorship at the appropriate senior level. And that gets us to the diagnostic stage. Here, we're creating the business vision and also gathering the baseline data so that we will know where we have to move from so that we can get to the vision. Now we can identify the performance improvements that will give us the business benefits. And from that, we can set overall program objectives. With that done, we can move into the program definition stage, which actually bears a closer resemblance to project planning than it does to project definition. In this stage, we're likely to be spending a lot of time on stakeholder consultation and engagement. Our stakeholders will help us to craft a benefits statement, and then we can build a benefits realization plan and allocate benefits owners to each component of the plan. And because we'll also be interested in value, we can develop a cost model and from that build a program budget. To oversee this, we will need to develop a governance framework. And now we can start to plan the program and our approach to coordinating and managing the components within it. The biggest chunk of this, of course, is identifying the projects and initiatives that will sit within the program, and of course the key interactions and dependencies and constraints among all of those projects and initiatives. The three main outputs from the program definition stage are firstly, of course, the program definition itself. Secondly, a business blueprint that articulates what the business will look like when the program is complete. And thirdly, the business case, which will set out the justification and include the benefits delivery or benefits realization plan. Now we're into program delivery. Now you'll spend a lot of your time on program control, monitoring and reviewing everything that is going on, quality, risks and issues, delivery, resourcing and availability, budget, schedule. Many of the things that you will find familiar from the world of project management. And of course, you will also be engaged in program reporting because, of course, communication is good, audit trails are important, and governance and oversight is vital. Alongside that, of course, there will be ongoing stakeholder engagement and, crucially, a big focus on benefits realization. And wrapped around all of this, you need to be responsible as program manager for providing leadership and, to a degree, governance across all levels of the program. At the end of the program, of course, there is the closure stage. This includes an orderly wind-up of all program activities. There'll be a debrief to identify any final lessons learned. There'll be admin to close off, and there will, of course, be a celebration. But crucially, because this is a program, there will also be long-term benefits realization and benefits optimization that will go on beyond the closure stage of the program. Before I end the video with my own principles for program management, let me point you at some valuable resources if you want to read more deeply into the subject of program management, and I'll put links to all of these resources in the description to this video. First is the UK Government's Guide Managing Successful Programs. Then there is the PMI's Guide, the Standard for Program Management, which, as I record this, is in its 4th edition. And my final recommendation is the book Transforming Business with Program Management. Although I don't have the latest copies of all of the standards I've referred to, I have actually read all of them, and included ideas from all of them in this video. And one of the ideas that I've drawn from is the idea of program management principles. And wherever you look, you will find different principles. So I've extracted 7 principles that I think are core to delivering an effective program. And the first of these is a relentless focus on benefits. Second is a strong alignment with enterprise strategy. Third is future-focused communication. By that I mean, forget about blame and what's going on. Focus your communication on what you're going to do, on what's going to happen, and the benefits that you will accrue from doing it. 4 is about recognizing the benefits of an integrated portfolio of projects. 5 is to seek sponsorship and governance from the highest levels of the organization. 6 is to take an agile approach to maintaining and prioritizing your project portfolio against the organization's strategy and against the benefits that they can realize. And 7 is the idea of constant adaptation against the experience that we gain as we move through our program. So program management, for me, is something more than just large-scale project management. Programs are uncertain in different ways, and they shift and morph over time. But for any project manager, program management is one very viable option for a career path that takes you beyond delivering single projects to overseeing large and important programs. Please do give this video a like if you've learned from it or enjoyed it. I'll be creating loads more great project management content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of that content. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.